Hello and welcome everybody. Let me just double check to make sure that this audio is correct so we can hear players. There we go. Cool. Hi. Hello everyone. And welcome to episode 10 of Drusatta Rise of Legend. Turn this light on. There we go. Do we have any announcements before we get started?
Yes, I would like to announce I don't remember what the fuck happened last time.
You conned some kids into
That's
giving
what
you
my
information.
recaps are for.
Oh yeah, I didn't con them.
You played
No,
games
we
with
were
them.
just entering
Exactly.
the layer.
Technically, no. That would
Man.
I wouldn't say con. Yeah. Oh, excuse me.
Well,
Thorin's very persuasive when he wants to be.
considering the rolls that he had on those dice, you'd expect when it's like, all right, yeah, let's play a game. Rolls a 6. Now give me all your information.
I just want to make a quick announcement real quick. My entire party last week, when I climbed up on a second-story building, for some reason everyone was like, "Oh, she's going to steal stuff." It was like, no, I just wanted a better. Oh, everyone thought I was stealing stuff.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's fair.
Pretty much
That's fair.
everyone
Thorin
thought that.
didn't care, he wasn't there.
Then again, we also, like, in character, we really don't know that you're a thief.
No,
But out of character, we know you're a big-ass thief.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Chilii, I want to put on the crown.
Chilii, have us
you
roll
can-
initiative.
I can certainly try.
In my defense, there was going to be development with that, but someone had to leave.
Yeah.
Well, it
Well,
happens.
you didn't know that. You didn't know that at the time.
No, I did not.
Cool. Okay. So usual stuff. Fridays and Saturdays over on Metal's channel, we have our two of our other games. If I do exclamation point Metal in the chat, gives a link to his Twitch account. We
Chilii
have.
actually has a command for me.
I do. So we've got Sothieth on Fridays and then Yalen on Saturdays. Stay tuned to make sure they're not being swapped because occasionally we do move days depending on schedules.
Yeah, we do.
Yes. I think other than that, I think we have any other announcements. Everybody's Gouda.
Let's talk shit.
Yeah. I think.
Cool. Okay. So, on that note, let us dive back in for the first double-digit episode, episode 10, of Rise of Legend. So, Rise of Legend! I don't know what that was.
No.
So, last we left our heroes, the party had finally made their way into Newsham, one of the first major cities along the northern Arcalian coast. Having entered the city, they went through the marketplace, I believe Carrick ordering many tarts and turnovers. From there...
I bought.
Yeah, well, a couple tarts and turnovers.
I got a
believe.
couple.
Yeah.
I got our Roven addicted to.
Yes, giving some to the Roven Ranger with them, who immediately became addicted and hunted down the purveyor and unknowingly scared her into giving them more turnovers. From there, Katrina met up with a few old contacts, turned in some of her bounties, as well as had an interesting confrontation with a fellow hunter in the lodge. From there, the group went to the Drunken Dragon, which is the main tavern of the city, where they met Pyrie Weatherlight, the bartender, who, through a very not subtle conversation, Thorin got
It was subtle for Thorin.
Okay. Through a very not subtle conversation, Thorin got a little bit more information about the organization known as the Undying Ones, which apparently was relayed to Ivan through a dream he had had. Unfortunately, though, Ivan was called away to deal with some business back home in the southern parts of Arcalia, and unfortunately took his leave. From there, the party followed up on a couple different leads about particular missing persons throughout the city, talking to different members of the Wardens as well as members of the slums. They realized that many of the people had been disappearing roughly around the same area. Following up on their clues, along with Thorin, oddly enough, being a minor father figure to a couple street urchins, got information which led them to a small courtyard with a large well. After investigating the well, the party soon realized that the well was not a well. It seemed to have been a cleverly hidden entryway into the sewers below. Which,
Well.
yes.
Was that a short joke on Thorin's part? A minor father figure.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Just a happy
Just a
coincidence.
dwarven joke, minor.
Just a happy
Wow.
coincidence.
A double.
Double joke.
So from there,
No.
the party made their way down into the well, where they found themselves in a small entryway where they found a path with two paths in front. Yes, thank you. Two branches in front of them, where I believe Thorin had heard voices coming from the right branch.
Right.
Yes.
Which Thorin, being Thorin, went into Thorin stealth mode, which means he's just not banging his shield, but just walking
I
normally.
don't have a shield.
Whatever, okay?
He
Whatever.
wasn't banging on
Yeah,
my
he
shield.
wasn't yelling. Thorin's stealth is just not yelling.
Oh no! Right when we ended session, I said, "Go, be as quiet as possible." Thorin was pulling his hammers and yelling. He's running.
I know. So, Thorin has then taken off into the darkness, leaving the party behind him, and that is where we pick up. So, one thing I need to do real quick is change that, and then put on that. Okay, and then I can
We're
bring
never going to be a subtle party.
Nope.
There's never going to be a
Okay,
stealth.
and then I
mission.
can bring you
I'm
over
very sure
to
about-
this.
Some of us are definitely stealth.
Well, yeah, besides Katrina, but that's like, well, Katrina and Faywin will just go and do their own thing.
I'm going to apologize in advance for the lines not matching up very well with the rest of the map. Yeah. Let me just add a couple things here. So yeah, you guys are all there on the left
Actually, if
side.
you want to, you can just remove the grid from our map.
No, because then it'll fuck us all up.
Yeah, that's I tried doing that before, but but then I couldn't place anything on it. It should be all right. They're not terribly too far off. hopefully.
It'll be
All
fun.
right. Yeah. So.
You get
Okay.
the idea.
Yeah. So
I
then.
don't think that's enough of an apology, though.
There we go. Okay. So you guys are coming in through this edge, which may pull this over. So party. There we go. Perfect. Cool. Okay.
Akoki is not. Oh, Akoki is with us.
Akoki is, the panther is not.
Right.
Yes. So Akoki has followed you guys down into the sewers.
Enter state.
Yes, but the panther. If you guys kind of
Publicly and annoy people.
yeah, kind of looking up, you see the panther kind of like looking down through the well, like.
Wow.
Faywin is pretty sure the panther is keeping watch, but
Yep.
I rolled a what was my stealth? 23.
Okay. Oh yeah.
24, so I rolled a 23.
Okay.
Starting
Yes.
it?
Scroll. Okay.
I figured I'd toss that out so because it was definitely a week ago. And
Okay,
remembers that.
cool. Yeah. So, Thorin, as you charge ahead, as you enter this first room, this room itself is empty, save for a couple bits of the walls kind of breaking apart and just spilling over into this cavern. There's a couple different holes here and there, but you see straight in front of you at what looks to be a larger chamber where in the very center of it there seems to be a flickering kind of torchlight. And you do see... Actually, make a perception check.
Perception check.
Okay, yeah.
dude.
So, with the flame light kind of dancing around and flickering off the different walls, you do make out a couple different figures, which actually, from your viewpoint, I can probably reveal them because you would be able to see them.
Well,
Dark vision.
Yes. So, if you guys want, you can move up alongside.
I'm just saying, yeah. So we are supposed to be able to see the entire map. Or we just
Yes.
need to-
Yeah, because every time I tried...
You can reveal the enemies.
Yeah. So, boop. Okay.
I wonder which way is a dead end.
Oh, you didn't.
I think we're gonna have to go right.
Uh-oh. Bad luck for you, motherfucker.
Okay, so, with that, as you
Yeah, 60
kind of
feet
begin
dark vision.
moving through the tunnel, you guys hear the very familiar, like, clunk, clunk, clunk of Thorin's heavy footfalls.
I like
As,
the rage.
okay, as you do, you see one of the figures turn and kind of look to the others. Intruders! And draws a blade, which I'm going to have you guys all roll initiative. Which is kind of like initiative, but not really. Alright, let me... Before you do anything, let me bring this up and let me clear it. There we go. Okay,
It's only kind of like initiative.
there we go.
What
We're
do I
good.
roll?
Yeah.
Ooh,
You
Not
roll
bad.
initiative
Not
and then
good.
subtract 5.
Activate awesome mode.
Okay.
Not
and
very
then-
awesome.
Wait, how do I do the point thing again?
that's something that you do in
Not that one. Let's go with this one.
Yeah,
Um,
when you set up
don't
your
need the
initiative.
point thing.
Yeah. It's
It's-
just if you
shows
want to
your
add
dex
it, it's
score.
click on your COD and just or COG and it's a checkbox that says add dex tiebreaker to initiative.
Yeah.
Alright, let me turn you guys up just a little bit as well. Okay, cool. Alright, so,
Basically, it's just dot your dexterity.
yes, and let
all it
me...
is. It's more for the DM than anyone else.
Just means
Alright,
this is how you
so...
do it,
Yeah, let me just... Okay. Alright, and that's everybody in initiative, correct? Oh, I didn't roll for a Koki either.
A cookie?
God damn it, Chilii.
Cookie.
Wow, okay.
Love cookies.
Whoa, why is there so many of them?
Wow.
I don't know. Holy shit!
have
I think you
9.
have all of them.
9.
There we go, that's better.
Yeah, there's only one.
Okay, so let's...
At least there will be some.
There we go. Alright, so... let me move
That's why
this.
your initiative's so low, because you're being stealthy about it.
Okay, so that will bring up Akoki first, who she is going to... Let me see, does she hear anything? Yes,
she
does.
hears the
Okay.
dwarf start raging.
Alright, so she's going to move her full 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, There we go. Her full 35 to there, where she actually does see these figures, so she is going to take a shot. That will be a hit, and the second one is a miss. Okay. So, you see her kind of pull 2 arrows out of her quiver, line them both at the same time, and as she releases, one of them actually flies a bit off to the right. The second one, the one who yelled out, turns back, drawing his dagger as this arrow kind of catches him right in the throat, dealing... Okay, oh, he did. Alright. So, with that, you see this figure immediately slump to the ground, dead.
You son of a bitch.
Guys, they're children. They're very easy to kill.
And then you see her, she kind of looks over to you, Thorn, and winks. That's one. And that brings us to your turn.
Alright, fucking charging in with his 35 movement, he's gonna stow one of his hammers and draw his hand axe since his fucking target just got fucking wiped out. As he runs his full 35 feet and then just lobs his hand axe towards the one at the back there. And that's going to be... thrown... Oh my fucking... I don't even know which attack this is. My bad, sorry. Let me check it.
No problem.
Nope, that's the wrong one.
That's the wrong one?
There we go, 23.
Yeah, that's a hit. Okay.
11 points of slashing damage.
Which one did you hit again?
The one directly in front of me.
Okay. So, as you stow the hammer, pull the hand axe out, and whip it with all your might as it impacts right, almost perfectly, symmetrically right into the middle of this guy's face as he just slumps to the ground.
I pull the hammer again and just stand there raging, waiting for them. Come on, then.
Okay. Faywin.
Let's move forward. That's 15. There's 30.
Damn walls.
I will say you're just able to see them, but they're gonna have about 3/4 cover.
Alright. That's good enough.
That hits.
Nice. Fuck you, 3/4 cover.
Okay.
And it'll be the top one.
Okay. So, as you look around the corner, you see just hints of these guys as they're both attempting to kind of run off to the side and get a better vantage point. As you kind of track it and you let it go, and the cinematic view of it as the arrow comes by, there's a slight spark as part of it clips the wall but keeps going and just impacts in this guy's legs. And he attempts to kind of keep running. So he is not looking great.
Got an extra attack as well.
Okay. Same guy?
That's probably not it.
Yeah,
Yes,
that one will miss. So the second one, you do the same thing again, but this time it does fully clip off the wall and kind of skitters off the ground.
Yep. And that's my turn.
Okay. Carrick.
Yep. Okay, that's not right. I'm gonna move 35 feet up, and then I'm going to hit this chap right here with a little bit of a sacred flame. So he needs to do a dex save.
Okay.
DC 15.
That's a 14 on the die, so that will succeed.
5 damage.
Oh, does he do the half now because of your thing?
What?
He succeeded his save.
Yeah,
No, I have DC 15. You said it was oh, you said 14 on the
14
die.
on the die. Yeah.
Well, I don't know what his dexterity modifier is. Don't assume I know this. These are the enemy. I don't know shit about them.
Well,
I mean, for all I know, he
Like
could have
thieves,
horrible.
So their dexterity's really high.
Well, okay, well then just ignore
They
that.
steal people.
Okay, any-
Need to skill people.
People thieves.
any bonus action?
I'm gonna go with a no.
Okay. That will bring us to their turn. This one here at the top is going
Bring it.
to... Yep. Along with his friend, do the same.
Oh, yeah.
This one in the back who's just been hit by Feywin's arrow, actually... You see him move up towards this chamber. And this one here, you see him moving towards... Oh, God. Oh, no.
Got fat. Shit.
He fell down
moving-
the stairs.
You
He's
see him
moving
move
so fast,
towards...
he's blurring.
Yeah, he moves towards that chamber. So that is going to... Let me just make sure I have the right thing up. Okay, so the two in front of you, Thorin, are going to both stab out at you with... They draw these small scimitars. Okay, and the first one, actually, as he goes to slice at you, you parry it with your hammer and actually embed it into the ground. As you see him kind of
Would be good for you.
trying to pull this back up, and as he... There's a slight hint of like, oh fuck, but you can see he's still kind of trying to keep a strong face. The second one just completely whiffs, again, as you kind of... He doesn't realize he's fighting a dwarf, so had you been a human, your head would have been gone. But being a dwarf, he just completely whiffs. And the other two, they move and they do their own things. And that is going to bring us to Katrina.
Okay. What is the height on that staircase?
Each square, so it goes up 10 feet from the bottom to the top.
Okay, so I wouldn't be able to see it. Unless
You can,
Remember, she's short.
I'm
That's
really
true.
short.
She is really short.
I'm really short.
Her line of sight.
I don't
Yeah.
think I'd be able to see him.
You can. You can kind of see, like, kind of from his shoulder blades up. And you see that he seems to be kind of yelling out into the room.
Does he know I'm there? 23 stealth.
With that
No.
24 stealth?
No.
Okay.
Not.
Well, I'm
I'll
gonna shoot-
roll. He doesn't know. He doesn't even know where he is.
Okay.
Oh, sure. He can roll a natural
what
one
I'm
on
gonna
that.
do
No,
then
it was
is
a
I'm
3.
gonna move to. I'm gonna move to here and line up a shot past Koki.
Okay.
See if I can hit him. 20.
Nice.
That'll hit. Okay.
Bye.
So as you run up and you kind of bring out Stormbreaker and you aim the shot next to a Koki, who still, you can see she kind of looks genuinely intrigued by the whole process of your weapon. As you kind of wait, the head bobbing back and forth before, and the head kind of just explodes, sharing just gore all over that upstairs.
I'm gonna need a Constitution save from a Koki as a gunfire goes off in her ears.
Well, yeah, we're underground, so that's a cacophonous explosion right there.
As it
around all
goes,
three
you
of
hear
us.
like just a as this echoing sound just goes throughout the entire sewer system. As you look over at Koki, kind of grabbing her head for a second, mop. But she eventually shakes it off, and she seems to at least be able to hear a bit.
You hear her out in the distant realm of the cavern.
Headshot.
Kilimanjaro.
Didn't know we were here then. They do
Chilii.
now.
Kill-tacular. Cool. Any bonus action?
Reload.
Cool. Okay, so take the shot. Reload it. Bring us to Akoki's turn. Akoki is then going to take a step forward to here. We'll show her there. She's going to attempt to take her shots. That's a hit. That's a hit. Okay. Okay. So, with her first shot, she actually hits the one to your left, Thorin, kind of catching him a little bit in the shoulder blade.
These 3 of mine.
Knocking him off balance. He's still up, though. With the second shot, you see, from your viewpoint, you kind of look at like, how did she miss this guy the second time? But the arrow streaks past and manages to kind of... let me make sure she can actually see him from there. Yeah. it just clips the guy in the back. You see him kind of sprawl out and just kind of skid into whatever that room is.
Get wrecked. Poor Thor's wasted his rage on this.
It's my turn. No, that's perfectly fine.
Okay, Thorn, you're up.
Alright. Guided myself. Reckless.
Bye.
Bye.
Both guys.
Bye, buddy.
15
That's a hit.
for 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
How do you want to evaporate this person?
Let's just do the whole thing before we wipe everyone out, right?
Okay.
It's like a giant. It's like one of those presses. He hits him from the top and just compresses him down until he just
Second
squishes
swing.
out the sides.
15
It's a hit.
on the top guy for 13 points of bludgeoning damage. Are
Yes.
they
So,
both dead?
so how do you liquefy these two individuals?
Okay, so holding both hammers, I just look at them, look at the guys, and look at how they've all fallen so easily. Hold Thurnaz and just start swinging and go all the way through the first guy, carrying him on the hammer into the second guy, and just slam both of them towards the wall as they go flying.
Amazing. Okay, perfect.
And then with my third hit, I'll bring Vengrin down on their heads.
Jesus Christ.
Anyone want Jello?
You forgot to roll the extra damage.
Okay.
Sorry. Here you go.
Let's see. So I'm gonna need Carrick and a Koki to make con saves.
This is fun.
Okay. So, yeah, you're fine. you
was
look.
Lost the canvas.
I'm like,
I know.
I'm
Just
from a war nation.
for a second, you just look. You're like,
Yes!
oh. But you're like, oh, no. Koki kind of looks at you and just kind of raises an eyebrow. Huh. And then just goes back to her stuff. Okay.
That's 3, Robin.
We just hear Katrina in the background.
Okay. Faywin, you are up.
Okay. Is there anyone still alive?
Make a perception check. Okay. So you kind of look through the opening. From what you can tell, there's no immediate movement in this particular chamber, but you remember seeing the first figure go up, and you see figures moving. You can't get a clear view of who or what they are, but there are people at the top of the steps.
Okay.
I'll just. If I need
Do
that,
those steps
use
go
my
up or
movement.
down?
They go up.
Oh,
I retro
okay.
use
So
my
then, yeah, we
Oh,
would have
okay.
seen it.
Then I could have done, yeah.
Because we thought you said they went down earlier, and that's where like.
Oh, no,
there's
no,
way
those-
in hell
those-
could have seen that dude.
Yeah, they go up.
Thorn, move. Run, Thorn. Quick.
Can I retro use my movement, Chilii?
Yeah, sure.
Since I didn't realize there was peoples. Burp.
I thought your movement was 35.
It
It
is.
is. That was 35.
I thought it was 25.
It used to be 25.
Oh.
Barbarians get
I
increased.
read the wrong one. The
Yeah,
number
I'm
wrong. Yeah.
He was told a foul. Okay. Covered in blood.
I'm just.
From my whirling dervish.
Okay. So you getting to there, I can now reveal this gentleman and this gentleman. Which, hold on, I gotta bring this back up.
Question.
Yes,
Does the gentleman on the right have brain matter all over his face?
he does. He absolutely does. Yeah, actually, both of them kind of have a splattering of just like gore, blood, and sinew, just kind of all over him. As Katrina shot, like this guy, it fucking exploded.
Did they have to make con saves? To give them a disadvantage for just peeking everywhere?
They did not. Actually, Thorn, make a perception check while you're there.
Sure. I shall do that.
Okay.
16.
As you run up to this stairwell and kind of look up, you can see that familiar like white around the peripherals of your vision as this burning rages inside you. And looking up these figures, they are humans, but from what you can tell, their faces look just horrible. Like, just scratched up and just gray.
Bad.
Someone is obliviously.
Okay,
The
so
thing is, they take increased bludgeoning.
so Faywin, you can see them if you want to take a shot at them.
Only if they're skeletons.
If I move up to here, basically.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So I'm gonna do that. While I pass a cookie, I'm just gonna say, don't try to beat him.
He is.
Shots.
Okay.
Yeah. I
That.
guess I'll do the one that's farthest from.
Okay. The first one misses. The second one hits. Okay. All right. So as you see these two figures, you aim the bow and release the first shot, and from the angle you're at, coming up the stairwell, you can see he kind of sees it coming, kind of ducks out of the way for a second. But as he comes back up to take a peek, the second one catches him. Kind of, it just slits right across the collarbone, and kind of sees him drop a little bit before he comes back up into view.
Alright, boys, this one's about fighting them.
Okay. Any bonus action?
No,
Okay.
that's my turn.
Carrick.
All right. I guess I'll just chug along after the door. 35 feet, and do I need to do a perception to see him, or can I just see him up there?
No, by now, you can see them by now.
Then, the gentleman who was just shot by Faywin, I would like to do Toll of the Dead.
The one that Phelan just shot at?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You said the first one hit him, right?
Yes.
Or the second one hit
Second
him.
one hit him, yes. So that's...
He's injured,
yes.
so...
So what is that?
It's a whiz
Wisdom save. He succeeds with an 18.
Alright, then I don't think he took any damage at all.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
extend your hand as in this guy's head he hears this kind of clanging bell, and he seems almost just unaffected by it. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Or,
All right.
yeah, that's fine.
Cool. All right. Brings us to their turn. So they did. Katrina, you're up.
More targets.
Caboose.
Katrina.
Oh,
Sorry,
no.
my bad. I was sorry. I was double. I
It
was
looked
double
like he was
checking.
frozen.
My
No,
bad.
still.
I was double checking the mastiffs on the robe of useful items if they were controlled mastiffs or if I just summoned 2 mastiffs. So double
Jesus.
checking that. Okay. I want a stealth.
Okay.
And I am going to, seeing Thorin's prowess in battle, I'm gonna back off and go check out this other room.
Okay.
That's the most I can do this turn. Can I see anything from there?
From
Probably not.
you kind of peek around the corner. You're trying to look into the darkness, and you find yourself a little bit distracted by the sounds of battle in the other room.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
That'll be it.
Okay. That brings us to Akoki, who she is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Run to there, and she is going to attempt to take a shot up the stairs.
But still consider it walking around the bodies as
I
we
know,
just
right?
stomp on them.
Soren went straight over them.
Okay. So she pulls out 2 arrows again, shoots them both. As you see, she just can't get the angle right, and they kind of both sail over these figures' heads.
She's
that'll
going
be
for a ricochet shot.
Yeah.
that'll be her turn.
Finally, she up.
Okay, that brings us to these guys. So, okay. Thorin, as you watch, you see the first one. What's he gonna do? He's gonna stay where he is. Okay, but this one, all of a sudden, you see him kind of look to you. His eyes glow a purple color as he kind of smirks to you, and as he snaps his fingers, a puff of smoke happens before he reappears next to Carrick and Akoki. Which one's gonna hit? Okay. So he reaches out and grabs Akoki, and as he does, that same purplish energy this swirl of energy wraps around his arms as you see this pulse of energy hit out into Akoki, who then takes...
So there's no roll to see if he grabs her. He just...
Well, he's not grabbing her. It's a melee attack. Okay, so she takes 9 damage, and she needs to make a Constitution save. Okay, which she does. And you see, as he kind of touches her, and this energy kind of begins pulsing out from his hands, you see something very familiar of that purple energy kind of filling her veins as she just grits her teeth as the energy kind of dispels out. She still does take the damage, though. And that will be its turn. The one top of the stairs is going to look down at you, Thorin, and as he raises his hands and these purple energy orbs coalesce in his hands, and he kind of baseball throws 2 of them at you. That's a miss. That's also a miss. So, both of them kind of, as you see them coming, you kind of instinctively bring the hammers up and actually deflect both with the hammer, sending them off into the walls next to you. As he sees both the miss and kind of begins backing up a little bit, and he's going to use his movement to... Yeah. He's actually going to use... Actually, no. He's going to use his bonus action. And again, you see him kind of smirk at you, snap his fingers, and he disappears, reappearing somewhere.
Alright, well...
And that'll be their turn. That's...
Removed both of Thorin's targets, so he looks around to see what the fuck's going on. I'll say that uses 10 feet of my movement. And I'll spot the one that turned behind me, stand on this motherfucker as I leap off him and make 3 attacks recklessly.
Cool. Those all hit.
Boop. 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 Boop.
Okay. So what is it all together?
It's dead.
39,
54.
40, yeah.
50.
Okay. 50. Oh shit. Okay, yeah. Alright, so as this thing reaches out and it grabs a Koki, you see again that kind of demonic-ish smile as suddenly you kind of looking at this cinematically, the camera you hear off screen just as Thorin runs straight in and just body checks him and takes him down with a hammer, just again reducing yet another person to paste.
Yes, this is what Thorin does.
As Akoki looks to you, kind of like still recovering, bits of purple energy kind of sparking around her body. I had that.
That's 4, Rovan. And I'll use the last 10 feet of my movement to start moving back towards the other guy, wherever he was.
Okay. Alright. That'll bring us to Feywin's turn.
Can I make a roll to see if Feywin would know why the other person disappeared?
Sure.
Would that be like Arcana or just Intelligence?
Arcana.
They're both pretty bad, but...
Okay.
You understand magic today.
Yeah.
I've seen that before.
You have, actually. Judging by the way they
He
disappeared and
wasn't in the
reappeared...
woods with us, so he wasn't there for that.
Well, no. Basically, you coming from Adohanar, you know that in your research about war dancers and what you've seen, some of them have an ability where they kind of shift around the battlefield, kind of erupting in plumes of smoke, which you recognize this as Misty Step.
Okay. And so I will ready my attacks for when he ever pops up.
Cool. Okay. So you're holding your action?
Yep.
Okay. Cool beans. Carrick.
Well, I'm gonna look around and see that no one's there at the moment. Can I? Well, if there's anything left, can I at least do an investigation on the guy that just teleported behind me?
Sure, if you want to.
If you want to go through that gore.
He might have something useful. Who knows? Least I can do is give him a quick one-over. I rolled a
Even the
19.
weapons and armor would have been crushed.
Okay. As you look, the first thing you realize is you look down. This person looks like a weird hybrid of human and undead. Like, he's not undead, like, as in full-on zombie, but, like, bits of flesh are rotted away, bits are fine, and his face kind of looks like this weird... It looks like a skull with just a faint layer of skin just stretched over it, and it's kind of a little unsettling. But on him, you actually find... he does have a couple gold pieces. He has about... 14 gold pieces. Doesn't have any weapons, though, on him. And that's really all that you find on him.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. If I don't see anyone around me, I guess I'll. I don't know. I see Thorin heading towards the stairs, so I will, if I'm able to keep through my movement, and I'll go ahead and kind of head down this way. Kind of check out this direction.
Okay.
That should be. That was 30, so I'll go ahead and go 35 and see if I see what's in this room.
Okay. As you turn the corner, make a perception check. Okay. So, turning the corner, the first thing you see is this kind of hunched over, looks like a pile of clothes almost. But as you turn the corner, you see it kind of stand up, and a humanoid figure similar to the ones you watched before. This one seems to be a little bit more undead, although it still seems to retain its faculties as it turns to you and just screeches. And then actually it's going to... That comes there. So, anything else on your turn?
It was an attack at that point.
So the
He's already used his action
Yeah,
to
the
investigate.
investigation's your action. You can do a bonus action if you have it.
Is it? Okay, hold on. How far away is it from me?
30 feet.
35 feet. Just out of range. Sure, I will go ahead. Is it wearing any... Well, no. I will go ahead and... I'll use my bonus action to cast Magic Weapon. My sword is now +1.
Cool. Okay. So as you kind of reach down and touch the sword, as it like does it do anything as you cast the spell?
I figure he's just gonna run his hand over the blade, and it just kind of gives that fiery kind of appearance since I'm a forge cleric. So it just has a sort of silver flame look to it.
Cool. So it kind of looks like as if it's currently in the forge, like kind of heated up.
Yeah, it's heated up.
Awesome. Okay. And that's actually going to bring us to that person's turn, as well as this gentleman up here who emerges from this back room. And he's going to go 5, 10, go to there. So, the one in front of you, Carrick, is going to attempt to reach out as this kind of sickly purple energy coalesces in his hand as he kind of flicks his wrist to you, sending this bolt towards you. Does a 17 hit you?
Nope.
Okay. That's worse. Okay, so these two blasts lance out towards you as you very nimbly kind of duck out of the way of one, and another one actually hits you in the chest, but kind of just disperses across your armor. And now the one, so the one in this room looks to you, Thorin, and raises his hand, and kind of you hear him kind of this raspy voice. That'll be enough of that. I need you to make a. Make sure I have the save right.
Now, would you classify these
Strength
individuals as undead?
Yes.
Okay.
I
I'm
need
useful now.
I need you to make
I'm useful
a wisdom saving throw.
A strength save? Sure.
Wisdom save.
I heard a strength.
9.
Okay. So, as you do, you feel the rage building as you go to take a step forward, as your body just locks in place. As you are held.
There's worse things to do.
Okay. And I believe that will be its turn. Yes. Okay. Katrina.
Casting Long Strider on myself, start of the turn.
Cool.
And then going to move 35 feet into the room and actually look around when I'm here and not far away. Thank you.
Okay. Long Strider just adds movement.
10 feet of movement for an
Cool.
hour.
Okay. All right. So, looking around with your perception check, there are a lot of empty crates in here. From what you can tell, this area may have been used at some point by some sort of smugglers, or maybe someone keeping different goods here. A lot of it, as you look through the crates, a lot of it was foodstuffs that's spoiled by now. There's a couple of different linens, different tapestries, a lot of just random shit, honestly. You do find a smattering of money here and there. You find about 10 silver pieces and 4 gold pieces, but it looks as though this area hasn't been used in a long time. Anything else in your turn?
No, I can't do anything else.
Okay. That brings us to Akoki, who, now turning, sees this new figure emerge and is going to take 2 arrow shots at him. That's going to miss. And that's... Oh no, wait. They both hit, because he hasn't done that thing yet. Cool. Okay, so both of them hit. Oh god. Okay. For a total of about 10 damage. That's going to make him have to do a concentration check. Okay, so as Akoki looses these 2 arrows, you see both of them don't do as much damage as you'd think they did. But even with that, this figure kind of staggers back a little bit as Thorin, you immediately feel your limbs free themselves.
You're fucked now, boy.
Okay.
Has he rolled a nat 1 on his contract?
No, he rolled a 4. Which has to be
Nice.
10, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And minimum.
Okay. That'll be her turn. So on this turn, this you see in another puff of smoke. Bloop. Immediately behind you, this figure emerges again. And he is going to attempt to do this. Does a 19 hit you?
Yes.
Okay. I need you to make a Constitution save, which you should be fine.
19.
You're good. All right, so you take 9 necrotic damage, and
Reduced to 4.
yeah. So again, you guys see this this hand reach out and grab Thorin's back as this energy just pulses into it, kind of lighting up the veins again. As Thorin, in this rage, you just will yourself to not feel this pain as it just erupts back out of you again. But you still do take damage, but nothing else happens.
Yeah.
I'll use my hold action to shoot at the dude.
Yes, you will.
Yes.
Both hit. Okay. All right. So, again, as you release these 2 arrows, both of them hit, but you're now noticing now that he's closer, as they hit, they're not doing what you think they should be doing. Like, they're sticking in, but it almost seems like he's not as affected by them.
Okay. That's that.
Okay. Thorin, that brings us his turn.
I'll be right back. I'll take the attack of opportunity.
Okay. That is a 20.
It's
So that's 7 necrotic damage reduced to 3. And then you need to make another con save, which you should be fine. Yeah, you're good.
11.
Okay.
Did you have advantage on con saves?
Yeah,
I
right?
don't have advantages on con saves. No, it's his strength.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, well, in that case, your hit point maximum is also reduced by...
3.
Yes. Because even though it's halved, you still use the half number, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Whatever damage you take, you reduce it by that much.
Cool. So your hit point maximum is reduced by 3.
Super. Alright. I'll just shrug that off as 3 reckless attacks.
Hit, miss, hit.
12 misses,
Yeah.
so I don't get my bonus damage, but I do get the crit.
Now, your hammers, are they magical?
Negative.
Okay. So that
Not
is...
yet.
19 plus 11 is...
30 altogether, so
Okay.
15 half.
Yeah, so as you slam with these 2 hammers, again, you... In your mind, you look at him thinking, zombie. Zombies don't like hammers. And you hit, and you're doing significant damage, but it just, again, it feels like it's just, you're not dealing the damage you think you should.
All good. It's face to face with me now, motherfucker.
Yes, it is, as it kind of snarls at you. Any bonus action?
My bonus action is to my 3rd attack.
Gotcha. Faywin, you're up.
Yep. So I'm just gonna keep hitting the guy I was shooting at before.
Cool. Miss hit. Okay. So you pull this arrow out. The first one kind of, as you shoot it, you accidentally kind of shot where he was, not where he was going to be, as it kind of careens off into the next chamber. But the second one does, again, impact into like his upper thigh, as he still kind of seems focused on Thorin. Anything else?
Nope. That's it.
Cool. All right. Carrick, you are face to face with some sort of... You could definitely tell it's undead. Some sort of undead entity.
As I proceed forward 20 feet, I'm simply going to say, you don't belong here, and I will channel divinity, turn undead.
Okay.
And if it fails its wisdom save, if it's below a challenge rating of half, it's instantly destroyed.
Okay. What's the save?
It's, I think it's 15.
15? Okay. As you raise your hand and begin chanting this prayer, you see its head kind of cocked to the side as just this big grin comes over its face. As it doesn't seem to have taken an effect.
That's fine. Then I will still keep concentration on my other spell, and then I will... If it didn't take any effect, I'm going to go straight up right to his face.
Okay.
And, yeah, that's all I can do, because I'd use my action.
Okay.
But I'm now face to face with this ugly dude.
Yes. Okay. And that brings us to their turn. Let me just double check something real quick, make sure I'm doing this right. Okay. Cool. So, both of you guys, you all see this as they both are going to be doing the same thing. The one in front of you, Carrick, again channels this purple energy and immediately slams his hand down into the ground. And as it does, this purple area just erupts around you as the floor turns this kind of sickly, almost milky white purple. As from this circle, these black oozing tendrils come out of the ground before they just begin whacking around. I need you to make a strength save.
Right. Save.
Okay. You take.
I did not like the sound of that.
Just 2d6. You take 7.
It sounded like a lot more.
You take 7 necrotic. Cause it hit other dice on the way down. You take 7 necrotic damage, and also you cannot take reactions until your next turn. Not that that's going to matter. For those of you guys in the big room, you see more of the same as this guy goes to here. Let me just measure this out real quick. Okay. Who does the same thing, so I'm going to need Thorin and a Koki to make strength saves.
25.
Oh,
Yeah, you're... Okay.
Don't screw up.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
All right, I'm good.
Okay, so
Con save.
Thorin, you
Concentration.
take 8 half to 4, so you take 2 with the save, and you're fine. As Akoki is just getting battered by these black tendrils, she takes
Tickles.
as she takes 8 necrotic damage.
Just yelling out, "This isn't my fetish."
Damn you anti-gods!
Wow. Katrina, you're up.
End of turn.
Okay. As you turn the corner, you see this giant circle, about 20 feet in diameter, just whipping around. Actually, no, technically, yeah, whipping around as these tendrils are just kind of flailing around this room, almost like this milky purple void.
RP question.
Yes.
What is it doing to the dead bodies of Tro?
Oh, they're just being fucking battered. Like,
Okay.
well, I should say
That's gross.
the pieces that are left are kind of being battered around as sprays of just like gore and like organs that have just kind of sloughed off the bodies are just being whipped around the room.
Okay. She runs up there. That's it.
Okay. Any bonus action?
No. I don't have any.
Okay. So that brings us to Okoki's turn, who she is going to move over to here, and she draws both of her short swords from her back, and she's going to attack this guy. Okay, those are both hits.
Nice.
Okay, that's good. So, she slashes out with both of her blades, kind of carving into this body as bits of the flesh are kind of just being like slawing off with the different hits. It looks really, really rough, but it's still standing. Which is going to bring us to its turn. What's it going to do? What's it going to do? Okay. Ooh. That's what it's going to do. Apologies, I have to look something up real quick to make sure I'm doing this correctly, because I should have had this in front of me. So, I need, everyone, make sure...
Everyone in the room.
Yeah, everyone in the room
Not
to
me.
make a
I'm dancing off in the
wisdom
corner.
saving throw.
Strength save.
Wisdom saving
If
throw.
it's fear, does that even work on Thorin?
No,
Uh,
I'm raged.
Okay, yeah, so you fail, but
Hold on.
yeah.
Double check. I think I can't remember if it's a level or not. So
It might be level 7.
Okay, Faywin, you're good. As this figure kind of, this energy begins to kind of coalesce around, almost like he's going like a purple Super Saiyan, as this energy is kind of just flowing around him, as his eyes grow even brighter purple. And Faywin, to you, that's all you see. As Akoki looks, the mouth opens further, the jaw, like almost like fangs, and these sharp teeth begin to spawn as it just roars in her face. You see her kind of begin backing up, trying to get away.
I'm not immune.
Okay,
That's the
So-
berserker thing.
okay. So, Thorin, you see something very similar, kind of out of the corner of your eye. You see this figure that was a humanoid, but suddenly, just looking at it now, like, it just looks like it's become even more demonic, and you find yourself just wanting to get away from it. And that will be its turn.
So I can't move closer to it, right? I don't have to move away from it.
Let me just double check. Well, you must take a dash action and move away from the creature unless it's nowhere to move. Yeah, so basically you have to move away.
So
Well,
we can-
in that case, I will critical roll this motherfucker.
Okay.
And oh wait a minute, I broke line of sight.
Okay.
I mean, I guess technically you're just afraid of seeing him, so.
So I think
Yeah.
do you remake the save?
I don't think I remade the save, but I don't have to run if I can't see it.
Yeah, it says while frightened, creature must take dash action to move away safest route unless there's nowhere to move. The creature ends its turn in a location where it doesn't have line of sight. You can make a wisdom saving throw.
Aye.
Okay.
So can I make an attack or not?
Like a range attack?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. I throw my hand axe.
Cool.
You just need a belt of returning so you can throw it 3 times.
I know, right?
Okay, that's definitely a hit. Cool.
13
Okay.
slashing damage on that asshole.
So as you kind of look like shit, and you run, and as you're turning the corner, you kind of turn, fuck you, and just kind of throw the axe as it spins and hits into this thing's chest as it just kind of reaches up and grabs it and rips it out.
15?
You're good. So you suddenly realize, like, what the fuck? Like, almost pissed to your... Even
scared of nothing.
building into your rage as you're so pissed off that you even thought you were afraid to begin with.
Yep.
Anything else?
No, that's good.
Okay. Faywin, you're up.
Alright. I'll move back a couple feet there, and
Okay.
And you trip over Katrina.
then get the same person.
Okay. Hits.
Rolling really well today.
Okay, how do you want to do this?
Let's see. I think the first arrow is going to be like toward his knee or something and cause him to fall down a little bit, and then the second one's going right through his head.
Okay. So as the first one strikes the kneecap, you kind of see him drop, and kind of looking at it through Akoki's eyes, you see this massive demonic figure who all of a sudden just... This arrow hits him, he kind of drops, and the image kind of flickers for a second as the second one impacts into his head as the image just fades away, and Akoki finds himself looking at his figure. What? It kind of looks over his shoulder at you. I had it!
Man, as a ruining his adventuring career and then killing him.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Carrick.
I would like to slash the creature in front of me with my current magic weapon.
That is a hit.
Nice.
Okay, so as you run up, you stand there with this sword glowing as if still in the forge. You slash through it, and as you do, the creature kind of rears back a second, now taking the full brunt of the damage. It kind of looks to you, looks to your sword.
Well, I haven't done damage to it before, so it just looks like
Yeah.
it's taking damage.
Basically. So it kind of looks and is very surprised that something's actually wounding it. And it kind of stares back at you. Or is there...
Concentration.
Oh, okay.
For the area effect. Unless it's not a concentration.
Oh, no, that's not a concentration.
A little
Never mind
retcon
then.
for you, Chilii.
Yes.
I was in melee range when I ran.
Yeah. Yeah, you're fine. He wouldn't have taken a reaction because I don't think.
And do I need to do another strength saving throw because I'm currently in the area?
No, that's just a one and done thing.
Gotcha.
Okay. That brings us to their turn. So,
Yeah, so, yeah, just attack and then keep concentration.
okay. What's it gonna do? Okay. So this one now, seeing this sword and feeling the damage it took, looks at you and snarls as it suddenly disappears from existence.
Mother!
All right, and then it's going to.
Incoming!
Okay. The second one now is going to look to you, Thorin, as it takes a step here to get a good line of sight. It is going to... What's it going to do? Yeah. Okay, so again, these two orbs of that milky purple energy form in its hands. It sends both of them flying towards you. First one misses, second one 19 plus something.
Hits.
Yeah. So you take 6 points of force damage as this blast impacts into your chest.
Is that half the ready?
Oh, no, so 3.
Bear totem.
I don't know why people don't go bear totem. It is the superior barbarian. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's his turn. Katrina.
Katrina's gonna, for flair purposes, she kind of ducks or kind of brings her rifle in, like rolls around Faywin, and then lines up her shot on. So moving to here, lines up her shot on that guy.
Okay.
Regular.
That's it? Okay. Now, Stormbreaker is magical, correct?
Yeah, it is now.
Okay. So, as you line up the shot, waiting, as you see this thing kind of moving around, throwing these bolts towards the back room where you assume someone's back there, you pull the trigger as this bolt erupts and slams into this back, and there's a small explosion of magical energy. As it kind of staggers forward and whips around, having completely lost interest in whatever's in that room, and is now looking for the source of the shot.
Okay, I will reload my gun. Give it the anime eyebrow or eye down, and then we'll take the rest of my 30 feet.
Okay.
Move a little bit further back.
Oh, I'll get your attention back.
I think I have line of sight on it there still. Yeah, I would. That's fine.
Okay, so you did. Okay, so bonus action reload, and then okay, cool. That brings us to a Koki, who is going to attempt to continue shooting at this thing. Wow, both hit. Wow. Okay, nice. So 17 halved. Okay, so again, these two arrows sink into this thing's side. Not even registering, as it just seems focused on wherever that blast came from. Thorin.
Your mistake was turning around.
All of them hit.
Rip. Whoop.
Okay, yeah, even with half. How do you want to do this?
As it's turning around to look at Katrina, I'll just run up and both hammers double slam its head together.
Okay. You see this thing as it's still scanning, looking for wherever that came from, having finally taken massive amount of damage all at once. As from the back room, you see this dwarf emerge and just with both hammers crack and just sunder this skull, sending the body kind of dropping to one knee, then the second as it just falls forward flat on its face. Well, not face, because the fucking face is
Get eye
gone.
off the target.
Stay on target. Okay.
That's it.
That's it. Faywin.
All right.
Make a perception check first. Because I want to see if you heard Carrick. Because Carrick did yell, incoming. Yeah, you heard. So, from the chamber off to your right, you hear Carrick's voice yelling, incoming!
All right, yeah. So I'm gonna move here and then get ready for whatever comes through there. Another holding action.
Cool. Okay.
Oh god. This is gonna end horribly. You need to phrase better, alright.
Alright, you're up, Carrick.
So, seeing that it's no longer... Well, can I do a perception to make sure it's no longer in the room with me?
Sure.
Okay. Since it's no longer in the room with me, I'm going to go back down the hallway and go around the corner and I'm gonna do my full 35 feet to here, and really hope the Feywind doesn't shoot me because he said he was saving his action to shoot anything that comes around the corner.
I think holding action in this case is I still get to decide.
Yeah.
So
Dexterity check.
Okay.
Where's my dexterity? There it is. I think I'm good.
Okay. As you turn that corner, does a 19 hit you?
Just barely.
Okay.
The
So
fucking walls, man.
okay. So you as you run, you feel this claw just scratch out at you and kind of hit in an area between the armor plates, and you take 6 points of necrotic damage. As suddenly, directly behind you, this figure reemerges, having been invisible.
Well, I'd love to use my action, but okay.
Well, I guess technically, yeah, you still can, because you didn't use your action yet. It's still your turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'd like to, I guess, when I feel that and I kind of get knocked forward, to just turn around and slash with the longsword again.
Cool. That's a
Does an
hit.
18 hit.
Yes, it is. Okay. So
That's
again,
max damage right there.
this sword just slashing through. You actually take off one of the arms at the forearm, and it just falls to the ground. And oddly enough, as it hits the ground, you see it kind of just fade away into dust. As this figure still looks at you, snarling. And that. Anything else in your turn?
Nope, just found you.
Okay. That'll bring us to its turn.
So basically, Feywind sees me come around the corner to stop and then just turn around and attack again.
Incoming! Found him! Okay. Okay. What a fucking terribly named spell. Sorry. Alright, Alright, so he's just gonna melee attack you. Because for some reason, Chill Touch is fucking ranged.
Yeah, it is.
So stupid. And it's not even chill, it's necrotic. Oh, that's definitely a hit. Okay.
But is it really a hit?
So the 18 misses, but I'm assuming the 22 hits.
Just barely.
Okay. So you take another 10 points of necrotic damage as this thing lashes out at you with its claws. Eyes full of fury.
Okay.
Katrina, you're up.
And muted. It makes it difficult to talk.
Yes.
Let's see. I moved to here. I'm gonna roll an intelligence check real quick. Just because I don't know.
That's 5, Rovan.
There you go. Okay. No, I'm just looking. Okay, so would anyone? I basically just checking the room. I don't see Carrick. I would be looking for Carrick when I moved around to here. I would see him. Would I see him facing someone
Yes.
from here? Okay. And that would be. Let me calculate that. Okay, that's my max right there.
Well, it'd have cover, but you should be able to see it.
You can see it over Carrick's shoulder. Yeah, it's gonna
Under
have
Carrick's
cover.
shoulder?
Sorry, under, yeah. Fucking duh. Yeah. So you can see it kind of in between the the areas around Carrick. You can take a shot. It's gonna have 3/4 cover though.
I'll hold my action to see if we move somewhere else.
Okay. So you kind of sit there, lining up the shot, waiting for Carrick to move or this thing to reveal itself. Anything else? Bonus action?
That'll be it.
Okay. That brings us to Akoki, who... Okay. Kind of looks around the room. She hears the fighting. She's going to come to this corner. She's going to attempt to shoot. So, yeah, so it's going to have cover. Oh my god.
Bye, Carrick. 2 nat ones.
2 nat 20s.
Oh, that'll do. That'll do it.
I want to take a picture of this. Okay. So,
I hate your reactions because I can never tell if they're good or bad.
I'm sorry.
I know, right?
I love Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, so that's the first hit. So,
I just feel like both arrows just whiz by both my ears.
Yeah.
But, you know what? Yeah, actually, that's what happened. So, she pulls
Lock
out.
of hair.
Yeah, she pulls out 2 arrows again, and as she pulls back both arrows, you see she goes for the kill shot, turns it sideways, and as she releases, Carrick, you're kind of just finishing your swing. As the second your blade hits, you feel just 2 arrows come either side of your shoulders and just impact into this thing's eye sockets as it just kind of stumbles back and just falls to the ground. As you turn around, you kind of see Akoki's head around the corner. Did I get it?
No.
Yes, you got it. A little close, and I just want to touch my neck and just
There's
small
a
amount of blood.
faint scratch. I can only roll 2 nat. That's amazing. I love you, Akoki.
I wanna check his body.
Okay, so with that will take us out of combat. So I can...
Haha, I have decent rolls tonight. I used all my bad rolls last week.
Okay, so looking over this figure, the first thing you notice is he doesn't have any weapons on him. There's no real items per se. There's a couple spare gold pieces. There's about 7 gold pieces on him. But you do notice that on his head he has this kind of almost like rusted and sickly looking bronze like mini crown.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Actually, can I do an Arcana check first?
Sure. Okay. Doesn't seem magical. Just seems like a normal thing.
Before I touch it, I want to go ahead and cast a healing spell on myself.
Sure.
Which I was planning on doing anyway. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at level 3. Because I'm a bit hurting.
Well, none of these arseholes look like they could fucking orchestrate a fucking piss up in a brewery. So there's got to be someone else on behind us.
That was
I
awful.
agree. So far, all we
17.
found is a bunch of weaklings and things that are no longer living.
No longer living.
There's a
again.
bounty on undead things.
I'll go ahead and grab the crown, just to,
Well,
because why not?
Okay.
you can take whatever parts are left.
Okay. As you reach out, I'm gonna need you. I'm kidding. Just you get it. So
Because I'm good at wisdom saves. That's my thing.
okay, you take it off, put it in your bag. Are you any of you guys doing anything else in the other room?
Faywin, is there anything in there?
We'll see.
Okay. Looking around the room, you see kind of the same thing that Katrina had seen earlier. Kind of half-empty
What is
crates.
in a different room?
I know. I'm saying it's the same kind of stuff.
He doesn't know what you saw.
Oh,
I'm saying it to the players. So, looking around, you see a couple different crates. Some of them kind of shattered and broken into. There's like different rats and other animals kind of picking at little bits of food left in there that have already long since rotted. You gather the impression that this whole area was some sort of storehouse for someone of less reputable intent.
Can I try to see where the undead guy came from?
Sure.
And what should that be?
Make an investigation check.
Investigation, Yeah.
Also, I just want to let you know that I'm still holding concentration. That spell's good for an hour.
Is it
So-
the holy weapon?
The magical weapon.
Cool. Okay. So you guys see Carrick, I guess, as he eventually comes back in the room. The first thing you guys notice is his blade looks like it's been pulled fresh from a forge. All right. So put a cookie there.
Did you find anything with a 1?
So, Faye, when you look around, you're like, where the fuck did he come from? Was he just living in here?
He's looking
Like-
at the roof.
Yeah, you're kind of looking around like there's got to be some sort of trap door or something. What are you investigating, Carrick?
I'm just looking at any bodies I haven't already looked at.
Okay. So looking
That
around,
still holds some resemblance of what they formerly were before Thorin just totally destroyed them.
okay. So
Particularly money. I just need some money. I'm poor.
yeah, looking around,
Man of the cloth, you're supposed to-
the first figures you guys saw when you came in, they are distinctly humanoids. There's a half elf, half orc, but they're completely alive. No undead at all. And from them, you each
I don't
one
have any
has.
more.
Yeah. Each one of them has a scimitar. Overall, from the entire combined party, you find 26 gold pieces and 9 silver pieces. And 1, 2, 3, 6 scimitars.
6 and
There's a 5.
Yeah.
6. 6, yeah. Well, 5 in this room, and then you assume the one at the top of the stairs that Thorn's looking at is the 6th.
I grab one of their cloaks and wrap the scimitars up in them.
Cool.
I
Okay.
ain't looking at it.
Okay.
I'm just standing on them as I walk past.
Okay. Carrick, make a religion check.
Woohoo!
Actually,
Alright,
anyone
so-
can make a religion check if you'd like to.
Now, I just want to say this.
history check.
If it is really poor, I'm going to use my feet before you say what it was.
Okay.
Never mind. We're good.
I
Okay.
don't actually want to use this for anything, but yeah.
Fuck religion.
So, Carrick leans down to pick up one of the cloaks to begin wrapping the scimitars. And Carrick, as you kind of like pull it out from under one of the still remaining bodies, a couple symbols kind of catch your eye on this. And the one you notice the most is a very familiar symbol where it's a symbol that you saw Ivan wear. It's a hooded lantern with a pair of wings coming out from the edges, and from what you gather, this cloak may have belonged to a priest of the religion of Iona, the goddess of death, but you notice that the symbols have kind of been carved over, the cloak's in tatters. It seems like they've just what's the word I'm looking for? Metal, what does chaos do to Imperial Aquilas? What's the word? Defaced. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, it's been kind of defaced and just like there's like things written over in a script you don't quite understand. Like it's, and you notice around all
Are
the
you
cloaks.
sure? What did so is it a language from the planet at all? Is it not
It's odd because from what you're looking at, there's bits and pieces of different languages, but it's almost like they've been cobbled into one. Like you see bits like this word makes sense in Elvish. This word makes sense
I have
in
Common, Elvish, Arcalian, Sabraxan, and Bulgarmese.
yeah. Basically, it's kind of like an insane person is just kind of writing these things out, and
Gotcha.
like it's switching back and forth between dialects, between languages. Like it's odd, and it's all written on this cloak, which is just very different.
Now, with the investigation that I had, being an Nat 20, do all of the different people have similar cloaks?
A couple of them do. The other one you recognize is a symbol of what looks to be at one point a bright whitish yellow fist, which is kind of dulled over time and kind of has like what you think might be literal shit rubbed into it, with kind of like a backlighting to it. Which with that same religion check, you assume that this is the symbol of Amis, the god of life, who is the supposed brother of Iona.
Gotcha. All right.
Do I find anything in this room?
What? Oh, in that room, literally just more of the same. You look around. There's a couple like markings here in the ground, like stuff being moved around or like scratched into it, but like it seems again like just a storehouse that hasn't been used in quite some time.
Okay. Are there any intact crates in there?
Yeah, there's a couple. They're heavily dusty.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put one of the crates in the bag of holding.
Okay.
Just an empty crate in a bag of holding.
Okay. So the crate's about 2 feet by 2 feet, so that'll probably fit, right?
Yeah, I can just.
Cool. Okay. So, in
Skinny it over and-
a very odd display that no one sees, just real quickly, and this box is now in the bag.
He'll
Thorin,
get away anything anymore.
way ahead of you. Thank you, Thorin. So, as you kind of move your way up this steps, a couple things you hear what seems to be kind of dripping water, sort of a slow-moving, trickling water, moving like a current of some kind, and you also very faintly hear like grunts, like sounds of pain.
Oh.
It's more arseholes.
Give me a second, I'm looking around.
This Faywin probably
Take the
climbs
wheel
down
from
from the boxes he was climbing on to check the ceiling, and starts heading that way.
Thorin has no interest in looting. You're disabled.
I double dash. Pass the road. I can't actually double dash. I can move 70 feet.
Okay. All right.
Come on, Akoki.
Yes, Cookie. I forgot to move her, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay. So put her there. So from where you guys are at right now, let me jump back to this.
You realize where she is.
Show this off actually. Okay. So Thorin, as you enter this area here, these stairs actually go back down again. And as you go down the right side of the steps and turn the corner, what you see looks to be some sort of underground cistern where the water there, some of it is kind of trickling down from the ceiling, just years of kind of wear. And the water below seems to kind of be rushing, moving past like a moving current. And what you assume is that this is probably some sort of water supply or something where this water is being sent out to the entire city. And the thing you notice first as you enter the room is you see... Boop, let's put him there. You see a figure across the way who currently is in the middle of holding this elvish man and plunges a dagger into his throat, pulls it out, and lets the body drop into the water as it quickly and just falls.
That was that kid's dad that you promised you would do your best to bring back.
I did my best.
Chilii didn't give me a chance.
How about you try that with me?
As you yell out, everyone can move into the room now if you want. You look around and you see where he's standing. There's blood stains all along that back row. As this old man kind of looks to you. You're already too late. The ritual has begun. And he slits his own throat and falls into the water as the blood kind of seeps out. And he's taken away by the current.
I went up the stairs to clarify, Chilii.
Okay.
Now, do we see, do I need to do a perception investigation, see anything that looks like runes or any, because he said ritual, so I'm assuming there's going to be some sort of residual magical effect showing that a ritual is taking place.
Okay, make an investigation check with advantage.
Question, is this would this have any arcane implications of it?
Would what?
The ritual.
Well, he just said the ritual has begun. You can take of that what you may. So
21.
So all right, so Carrick, you hearing ritual, you immediately think some sort of religious ritual, and you've specialized in these different things, understanding rituals of different religions and creeds. You kind of immediately look for the telltale signs of engravings, runes, something. And what you notice is where he was standing across the way, the dagger he had both killed the first person and slit his own throat, kind of clattered to the ground. And it's this black onyx handled blade that seems to kind of have bones inset around the handle, and the blade is just kind of curved and has these like gnarly looking hooks along the edge of it. Go ahead.
Can I see that item from here?
Yeah. Once you enter the room, you can all see it there.
Okay. That would be a lore checker to see if it's any well-known magical item.
Okay. It's not something. It's not something you've heard of. Like it's not like a specific named item. You can tell this is some sort of ritual dagger. That things like this before have been used in the summoning of different entities, whether they are fiends, demonic, not great things. Also, Carrot,
Now-
you notice that there are the spot where he was. There are different spots of blood along the wall, and you kind of count, and you realize that there are 9 spots, including him. So you kind of gather that there may have been other people here that he has since also killed.
Now, with that investigation, would I know the best place to attempt to cast Dispel Magic to interrupt the ritual? Because I have 120 feet range.
Okay. So
I
looking
don't know
around,
if it would, or do I need to make like a religion check to see if I could ascertain the best spot to try to break the ritual?
sure, yeah. Make another religion check. Okay. Looking around, there's no real ritual that took place, which is it's kind of throwing you off because he clearly said the ritual's begun. But looking around the room, there's no carvings in the wall. There's no set up arrangements of different candles or anything. It seems as though all that's happened is these bodies have they've been stabbed or had their throats slit and dumped into the water.
Have you found anything?
I have a feeling that this ritual that he's speaking of might be on the other side of this stream.
All right, let's go.
Zero question. Thorin's gone.
Okay. So as you say that, Thor, all right, and just kind of cannonballs in. Are you fighting against the current, or are you letting it take you?
I'm letting it take me. I stowed the hammers before I jumped.
Okay. So Thorin
Oh.
jumps in and immediately is taken by the current.
Thor, bye.
I'd like to, as I see Thorin, which I thought dwarves didn't like water, but as I see Thorin floating away, I'd like to
You don't
go.
like the ocean.
I'd like to go up to the dagger and see if it has any magical appearance to it.
Or
I know it's a
horses.
ritualistic, but
From what you gather, the blade itself is not magical. It's used for the purposes of magical rituals, possibly, but the dagger itself is not magical.
How high is this? Up here?
Where you're at right now, the wall there is about 4 feet.
Alright. I'll jump down there. Waddle with her.
Just for future reference, Metal, what is your Constitution modifier?
4.
like 32,
So that is that okay, 4. So
19.
18 or 19.
okay.
19.
So I'm saying that's okay. Cool. Just double checking.
He can hold his breath for 6 minutes.
Okay.
Yep. A long time.
All right, just making sure.
I
So
also have advantage on that.
okay. So oops. I hate when it does that. There we go. So at this point, Thorin has been kind of washed away in the stream. What are the rest of y'all doing?
I'm just going to, when Katrina walks up, I just kind of turn and look at her. So I guess we should grab this to double check it for later if you'd like. We can store it in your bag.
Yeah, I'll take it.
How
I'll
many,
identify when we get somewhere.
how many people are missing on the map?
How many what?
How many people went missing on the map?
I'm gonna go with 9.
Just
Oh,
sure. Yeah.
there's been a couple overall, more than 9. I think
I think you said
overall-
there was like 14 or something.
Yeah, it's a. I'm sorry. I should have written that down. I'm blanking on the number I gave. It's about 14, 15 people. At least that's what you've been told.
Okay.
So
I'll
many
show-
of the guards lost count.
I'll show up to Carrick. There were 14 people who went missing total in the town.
All
So
right.
perhaps something's going on elsewhere.
As Akoki enters the room, she kind of points to the water. Are we? Should we do something about that?
Okay, everyone line up there, okay? Are you ready? Katrina is pointing to here. Just be ready to jump in the boat. I know it sounds crazy, but there's gonna be a boat.
She's a little weird, but at this point, she hasn't lied that I'm aware of.
You see Akoki very calmly, just like raising an eyebrow, walks to the edge and just kind of waits to jump.
I give you. She just rips off the patch and throws it into the river. A boat! As a 12-foot rowboat appears.
I'm hoping that like you throw the patch and the patch just floats there for a couple of seconds. You're like, a boat, and nothing happens, and then it happens just long enough. We're like, did she really? Just
Yeah,
throw
I
a
kind of
patch?
imagine she rips the patch off, a boat, and throws it, and kind of like very lazily just kind of floats in the wind, hits the water. Everyone kind of looks around for. This boat just kind of appears in the water. As Akoki goes, do we jump?
Yes.
Ha!
Wait. I want to re-roll that because I can.
Yes!
Does
Okay.
an 11 succeed?
Yes. So, Akoki very nimbly kind of hops onto the boat. Carrick, your foot slips for a second, but you manage to catch yourself. Katrina, you like take a step as if you're gonna walk off into the boat.
No, I got this, okay? I got this. Katrina threw the patch and jumped, thinking that the boat would appear, and just landed in the river and it's just floating. As the boat appears behind her.
Can I pull my fishing rod out and try to catch Katrina with the line? Just try to catch her with the hook. And
Sure,
line.
it's gonna be a disadvantage because this water's moving very fast.
That's fine. Is that a dexterity?
Yes.
Considering it's
I don't
nope,
think I
nope.
Okay.
No.
So you
I catch myself.
Throw
in
the
the
rod.
you throw the line. You're like, I got her, and you realize that you've hooked your pants.
I've been fishing for most of my life. It could have been a lot worse than just the pants. Let's just.
Okay, so you are currently. Some of you are in the boat. Faye, did you jump in the boat as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was hoping Faye was just gonna stand there and watch us all and just kind of wave.
So, as you guys jump in
Going
the boat
home.
begins moving down the stream as Katrina is about a good 5 feet in front of it, being taken by the current. As you guys are then sucked down into the tunnel, basically. Thorin, you've been going for about 2-3 minutes at this point. I need you to make an athletics check just to make sure you can keep your head above water, which you should be fine.
10.
Okay, yeah, it's you're a little
Advantage,
touch and go at a. Oh, that's right, advantage. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So you're a little touch and go at first because the water's a little bit deep, but then the water begins to kind of shallow out a bit, and you're kind of able to push off of different rocks to keep your head above water as you're moving down this stream. Okay, so I got something that's gonna make this a little more fun.
I'd like to, if Katrina's only 5 feet away,
This one.
as I see her sink, can I try to just reach down and grab her?
Sure. Okay. So, as you guys are moving, flowing down this current, Metal, there are... sorry, Thorn, there are 2 tunnels in front of you, left or right?
Right? Right, gods?
Okay, so, as you're... I need you to make another athletics check to try to push yourself to the right side of the tunnel. Okay. With ease, you see the tunnel, and you see a bit of a rock outcropping as you make your way to it, push off, and explode out of the water towards the right side. Jumping back to you guys. So Katrina right now is 5 feet in front of the boat, and the boat's kind of rocketing down the stream. So how are you guys getting her back in?
I rolled a 14 on dexterity to try to reach out and grab her.
Okay. So Carrick reaches his hand out. Katrina, I need you to also do a dexterity check. Yeah, you do see him.
I see it. Saber check doesn't actually see.
Okay. So as you reach, your tiny hand does manage to grab Carrick's before you slip off again, and you kind of go rocketing back into the stream again. Make a athletics check to try and keep your head above water.
It's gonna go great, guys. Water's
Okay.
scary.
So, Carrick, as you reach, you see her kind of grab the 2 of your fingers before she slips off and begins kind of dunking under the water, popping every once in a while, just trying to catch her breath.
Fuck this. Pull out a patch. Portable ram made out of wood. It would be buoyant. It's wood.
Except for the giant metal head most likely used to ram the door.
The portable ram doesn't say if it's. I mean, it would be made out of wood primarily.
Yeah. Okay, so you pull this
Is he
patch
buoyant
off
enough?
as this ram just appears. You kind of climb onto it. Carrick, you can make another dexterity check to try to pull her into the boat.
I would like to try with focused because I can reroll any non-combat skill check once per
Okay.
task.
Nope.
All right, so you reach out, and as you reach, your foot slips a bit. Make a dex save. Okay, your foot slips a bit, and you almost fall out of the boat. But you manage to catch yourself.
Faywin, grab her. I just sit down.
At this point, Katrina is kind of like the log going down the river as it's spinning, and she's just kind of like going in and out of water over and over.
I was like the log runners. Where it's...
Yeah, she's basically just holding onto the handle as it's just kind of spinning.
Okay. As you guys continue, you also come to the same intersection, left or right.
Do we see Thorn in the distance?
Make a perception check. See if you guys caught up to him, because you're in a boat, so you're going a little bit quicker. Okay.
It's a 25.
So, Carrick, you don't see him, but as you're coming up to this intersection, you hear from the right side of the tunnel just you just hear kind of dwarvish laughing coming from the right side.
To the right.
Okay. So one of you guys can make an athletics check. Actually, well, Katrina, you need to make an athletics check for yourself to make sure you can go right. Carrick or Faywin can make one with advantage because you're both in the boat.
Okay, question.
I think I have better strength than you, Faywin.
Probably.
Okay.
Yes, Katrina. What is that question?
Yeah, wait. I'm gonna use focused.
All right.
Alright, let's see what would have happened.
I'm wise, okay? That's I'm wise. Everything else I'm just
Minus
mediocre.
2 that would have been better.
All right. So, Katrina, what was your question?
Do I have enough time to pull out my rifle in between cycling of spinning around?
Make a dex save to see if you can hold on and pull out the rifle. Okay. You managed to do it.
Okay. She really quickly, as she's just above water, looks, hears the laughter of Thorin, fires the rifle off to send the momentum with the thunder, and
Okay.
tries to push herself over.
So make athletics with advantage.
Yay!
Okay. So.
Hi. What's in the middle of this path? What am I going through with the portable ram?
So. So basically, you're in this stone tunnel system where it's about probably 20 feet from top to bottom, and the water's about halfway. So you have a 10 feet up to a rounded ceiling, and straight ahead of you there's just a T junction, or a Y junction, I should say, or is the right and left. So, Carrick, as you and Faywin try to push the boat to the right, you just
It has
can't.
oars, you dumbasses.
You just
We're
can't.
warriors. We're not sailors.
Okay. I'll let you guys make one more athletics check with advantage, depending on who's helping.
Athletics. Hey, 16.
Okay, so as the boat you're turning as it's kind of now sideways moving towards the left tunnel before you.
I take the oar and just push it off the wall.
Yeah, before you realize, shit, we had oars this whole time. As you grab one and kind of jam it into the ground and push with all your strength and manage to. You do, the boat does kind of rock into the Y junction, and the two of you guys take just 1 point of bludgeoning damage as you're kind of thrown to the side before you eventually do go down the right tunnel.
It's fine. It's not our boat.
Katrina, make one more athletics check to try to, because you're drifting towards the left tunnel.
Okay. We make another dex check. Let's see if I
Yeah,
can do
so
something else.
Make another dex check.
Because the gun didn't work. So she's gonna pull out the 10-foot pole from her robe of useful items and try
Okay.
to just shove it herself off the wall.
Why didn't you use that before to pull you into the boat?
Because
Okay.
I don't want to lose the 10-foot pole.
Okay, so you manage to, as you're still
Everything else
spinning.
is expendable.
So, looking at this cinematically, you see Katrina kind of like going, just kind of spinning back and forth before she quickly, as she comes out of the water, quick draws her 10-foot pole, grabs it, goes underwater again, comes back and extends it. So, make an athletics check with advantage as you're pushing off the wall.
Worthless girl, do your job. There you go.
Okay, so as you do, you manage to just catch it in the correct way, and you push yourself, having almost gone down the left tunnel. You push off, and again, you slam into the wall for a second, taking 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you are now heading down the right side of the tunnel.
Can I make an athletics check to hold on to this 10-foot pole as well?
Yes. You can make a dex save. Oh, well, that works fine. Yeah. So, as you push off with one hand, you manage to kind of keep a firm grip on the ram as it's still spinning and the pole. And you guys are now all heading down the right tunnel to who knows where. And that is where we will end tonight's session. A little bit shorter tonight, because I know a couple people got other things to take care of. But you guys have at least stumbled upon some sort of ritual going on under the town of Newsham. And
Slightly less useful items.
and are currently in hot pursuit of dead bodies through a raging tunnel system.
Mostly in pursuit of Thorin.
Mostly in pursuit of Thorin, who's in pursuit of dead bodies. Okay, cool. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone in chat for coming by to hang out. I appreciate it. Any last minute announcements before we get going? Besides our usual ones?
Friday, Saturday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yeah, or 8 p.m. Eastern if you're not a pleb. Ha! So, exclamation point metal in the chat takes you to Metal's channel, where Friday and Saturday we play our games. Friday is Sothieth, run by our own Caboose, who's over there. Saturday is Galen, run by Metal, who's down there. Check them out. Pretty cool games. Also, hey, thanks, Metal. Look at you. Doing mods.
I'm a mod.
Doing mod stuff. I'm so proud. That's the Twitters. That's the Discord. Also, if you do exclamation point Drusatta, you can follow along with my World Anvil page, which describes... Okay, well, I beat you to it. You can follow along my World Anvil page, which has recaps of the different sessions, as well as a lot of different lore about different parts of the world, as well as different things that the players may not have discovered yet. So, with that, we're going to get going. Guys, I appreciate you coming to hang out. Recaps are usually up Wednesdays or Thursdays. Be sure to come back next Tuesday for the next episode of Rise of Legend. Just gonna mute you guys so I can say it last. Say it last.